Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for Talk to Me. It's a movie starring people from Australia. So, as always, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the furry. To start off the furry, there is a super gross scene with the dog in this movie. Just so gross. Gross. Moving on to the good, the bad. This movie, as you could tell from the opening credits, crediting Australia in it, and everyone's accent, was clearly filmed and made for Australian audiences in Australia. And I guess it was good enough that some American distributor decided to bring it either worldwide or at least to America. So, hello. I do want to start off by saying, I don't know if I just never noticed it in Australian cinema, or if just all the cinema that I've watched that was filmed in Australia redid the doorknobs so that they were normal, but every doorknob in this movie is like, it's like way up here. The doorknobs are up here. The people aren't short. The doorknobs are just up here. And I don't understand why they're up here instead of lower where they're supposed to be. Is it an Australian thing? It has to be an Australian thing, because it wasn't like a thing. It was just there. It was just that. So weird. Also, it took me a little while to realize that the little buttony things were light switches or light buttons, because I thought they were like a buzzer at first, but I was like, no, that's inside. Is that like a mother-in-law apartment? Like, what's going on there? I don't know. It was weird. Distracting a little bit. So, because of how much doors are important in this movie. Anywho, the general premise of the movie is there's this hand, and a bunch of dumbass teenagers figure out, or are told and just go with, that you gotta you light a candle, you shake the hand, or you touch the hand in a handshaky area, and then say, talk to me, and then you get to see a dead looking person, and then, here's the super stupid fucking part, you say, I let you in. Yeah, yeah. And then they have a time limit, where if they exceed that time limit, the fuckers don't want to leave. So, you have to break contact with the hand and then blow out the candle in less than that time limit. You can see where I'm going with this. They may or may not have gone over the time limit for some length of time. But here's the thing. Let's say that the time limit is, 90 seconds. Do you wait until, let's say, randomly 83 seconds before you're like, hey, let's separate them from the hand that they have been possessed by? No? How long would you? I would say that if you're dumb enough to do this fucking shit to begin with, that maybe, just maybe, you start the release process at the 60-second mark. So if, say, they're fighting you because they're possessed by somebody, and you have them strapped to a fucking chair, that you have 30 seconds in which big strong dude can release and then blow out the candle and still be under that 90 seconds, as opposed to 7 seconds. And then bad shit might happen. Or might not happen because you make it in under the 90-second time limit. So, this movie, I think, was well made, and I will say that, especially with the subject matter which they're doing it with, they could have really fucked up the ending. But I think that they had a pretty much perfect ending for this, which is really surprising, because so many of these movies just want to set you up for this, that, or the other thing, and then it just biffs it, just hardcore biffs it. But this movie, I think, absolutely nails the ending. And I really appreciate that there's, not the ending, but there's a bit of things that happen right before the ending that I think they do a good job of leaving it ambiguous as to whether this is what caused it or that is what caused it. And that's what I like. I like that they chose that part to be ambiguous, because I think that was the right choice. But they still also nailed the ending, which is awesome. That being said, this movie is just it's just a lesson in fuck around and find out. Because these dumbass teenagers fucked around and they found out. That's what it is. That's what this whole movie is. There's a scene that gets pretty brutal, and because up until that point, a lot of the rest of the movie is not brutal, that makes it especially brutal. Because when you're watching a Saw movie, eventually the fucking torture porn, you're kind of okay, and here's the next thing that's happening. But if you're watching I don't know, daffodils and daisies, and then somebody comes along and just like chainsaw massacres some like deer right in front of you, you're gonna be like, oh shit, oh, that was brutal. And that is kind of where the brutality scene comes into play in this. So prepare yourself mentally for that. And it's not like they cut away from things. It's brutal because it also gets pretty graphic. So warning there. Yeah. So I am not really a big horror movie fan. I think that for the genre that this is in, I think it was well made, and so I understand why they've given it a bit wider of a release. But I don't generally like horror movies, and this movie is just a big old fuck around and find out. And I don't have a Ouija board for a fucking reason, man. Uh, I would not fuck around like these people were doing. It's just bad decisions, bad results. Okay, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Um, so watch this movie if you want to. With that, I think in terms of how the movie's made, good. In terms of whether or not I enjoyed it, bad. Because it's just fuck around and find out. I don't want to find out, okay? Moving on. That's it. That's all I have for this one. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you at the next one. Bye.